Everything has been said, every thesis posed, every conclusion drawn. All that's left after Brussels is a political Groundhog Day. The endless rehashing of empty debates. Empty because the contradictions on which they depend do not in fact exist. Empty because the discord they suggest is not even remotely felt by the vast majority of mankind. But, as happens on eternally recurring days, at some point exhaustion sets in, and then despondence takes over. The first to succumb are the rational, the reasonable, the regular guys, a group better known as nearly everyone. These are the people who know full well that attacks ushered in with Allah Akbar and claimed by groups with names like Islamic State are unmistakably linked with Islam, who have never denied the connection, and who are bone tired of being charged that they have. These are people who at the same time know that a religion practiced by 1.5 billion people and possessing a gazillion denominations cannot be the only or even the most important cause of terrorism, who thus refuse to see every Muslim as a potential terrorist, and who are bone tired of having to say so over and over. These are people who think it's only logical that we worry just a little bit more about violence that hits close to home and hurts people very much like ourselves, who know that that's somewhat problematic and even a bit hypocritical, and who are bone tired of the game of victim one-upmanship that usually happens next. These are people who have no doubt that the blame for terrorism lies first and foremost with its perpetrators, but who at the same time are not blind to the role that we, the West, ourselves play through the wars we wage, the bombs we drop, and the rhetoric we employ, and who are bone tired of being called traitors or self-haters for saying so. These are people who think it's only human to be scared by explosions in metro stations, who therefore remind themselves of statistics that show a car crash is far more likely, and that a beard does not signal a causal link to dark and nefarious plans, and who are bone tired of being told that that means they are downplaying or denying the problem. These are people who understand that we can fundamentally differ in our opinions on how to combat terrorism, and who see nothing wrong with heated political debate, but who also think it's a dead-end street to cast everything in terms of left and right, where the former is a synonym for tea-drinking, capitulating terrorist lovers, and the latter for xenophobic, racist immigrant haters, and who are bone tired of always being shunted into one cubbyhole or the other. In short, these are people like you and me, native and newcomer, Muslim and non-Muslim, left and right, progressive and conservative, rich and poor, educated and uneducated, people better known as nearly everyone, who know the difference between fear and hatred, mistrust and racism, who know the difference between faith and blowing yourself up. And most of all, who know that, actually, we're not so different from each other at all. But you don't hear from these people very often, because they don't make good headlines. They don't win votes, and Facebook's algorithm doesn't recognize them either. But they're out there. Far more of them than we often think.